When a young boy named Anay first heard about Chatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, he pictured a towering warrior carving through history with a massive sword. In his mind, greatness was a direct result of sheer physical strength. His grandfather, Appa, offered a different perspective. In the 17th century, relying on muscle alone was a reliable way to get killed. This diagram shows the reality of the situation. This tiny dot represents Shivaji Maharaj's early army, surrounded by the massive, resource-rich empires of the time. Engaging them in a direct contest of strength was mathematical suicide. Survival required a different kind of power. It required a disciplined intellect and a moral foundation that didn't buckle under pressure. That foundation was built years before he ever stepped onto a battlefield. His mother, Rajmata Jijao, acted as the primary architect of his character. She used the stories of the Ramayana and Mahabharata as practical guides for leadership. Through these epics, she taught him that a leader's first duty is to confront injustice and ensure the safety of the vulnerable. While his mother shaped his values, Dadavji Kondeo handled his technical training. He oversaw a strict education in administration, horsemanship, and the specialized martial arts required to survive the Deccan Plateau. By the time he led his first unit, he was governed by a strict internal code of ethics that dictated every tactical choice he would ever make. That internal discipline enabled a brilliant approach to warfare. To defeat armies 10 times his size, he refined a doctrine called Ganimi Kava, or guerrilla warfare. He looked at these jagged peaks and restrictive valleys of the Sahyadri Mountains and saw a weapon. Ganimi Kava relied on using this specific geography to dictate where and how a fight would happen. His units were small and exceptionally fast. They moved through these dense forests with a speed the larger empires couldn't match, launching sudden, devastating strikes before disappearing back into the hills. His enemies, meanwhile, were weighed down by massive, slow-moving supply chains and heavy armor. In the narrow mountain passes, their sheer size became a liability, leaving them trapped and unable to maneuver. Ganimi Kava was an intellectual victory. He forced the largest empires in India to choke on their own scale. Military victories were only the first step. He believed that holding territory was pointless if the people living there were still being exploited. This led to his ultimate goal, the establishment of Swarajya, or self-rule. Swarajya wasn't just a concept, it was a set of enforced laws. He implemented strict protections for farmers against overtaxation and mandated that the honor of women be defended at any cost, regardless of their background. When a state prioritizes a farmer's survival and a woman's safety over its own short-term revenue, the social contract changes. The people began to view the throne as a source of genuine protection, fostering a loyalty that felt more like a family bond than a political one. This stone foundation at Raigard Fort marks the site of his 1674 coronation. It was here that his vision of a people-centric state became a formal, sovereign reality. He captured forts and expanded borders, but his most lasting achievement was restoring a sense of safety and self-worth to the common citizen. Anay looked at the statue of the king and realized that the sword was only the most visible part of the story. He understood now that being like his hero meant focusing on the person he was becoming, rather than the strength he could project. Appa's final lesson was simple. Modern courage is found in the daily choice to speak the truth, to protect those who can't protect themselves, and to act with integrity when no one is watching. Shivaji Maharaj remains a relevant figure because he proved that a leader can be a ruthless strategist on the battlefield while remaining deeply compassionate toward his people. That legacy continues whenever these values are put into practice. Jai Bhavani, Jai Shivaji. True kings are remembered for the generations of people they inspired to stand tall.